Well, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and I saw you guys the other day making fun of me, saying that my last name is actually Marcus Eikenberry in real life. Not just Eikenberry. That was pretty humorous, guys. So, got a couple of things here. One is, I've got a Blackshot Europe key. I found a couple more of these that we forgot to give away. It's a first-person shooter. It's free to play, and that key will get you some stuff in the game. So, give it a shot. If you're the first one to get it, put it in the comments. And then I have a question here from Turbolescent. And he's talking about business and about planning and stuff. And he says that, do you always have to check the competition before starting a new business? And most of all, do you just, is it you don't start a business because you like it? Or is that a good reason? Is it all about the money in the end? Well, I tell you, I'll give an example of my video game stuff that I've done. And I will say that, yes, you do need to check your competition when you are thinking of starting a new business. When I started my game code sales and RMT stuff that I was doing, there was no competition. There was one or two people, when I searched for it, there was one or two people that had put an auction on eBay, but nobody else really had done much. And so it was hard in that instance to really scope out competition. But further on, whenever we'd add features and stuff, we watched our competition and we'd see what they did successful and we would try and replicate that. Now, also, we would watch them to see what they were replicating of ours. So, it goes both ways. But think of it this way. Let's say that you're planning on starting a new business and that you need to check your competition. Well, if they're not competition at that point, you are, in fact, checking the market and seeing whether or not there is a market at that point. And then you're deciding whether or not to enter in to become competition with them. And competition is healthy. And in fact, when there is competition, when there are multiple people doing it and doing it successfully, it means that it's a viable market. If there is no one out there doing it, if you can't find any competition, you have one of two things. You have a really good idea that you're going to be very successful on if you can get it launched and up and running, or you have an idea that a lot of other people have tried and failed at. And I hear all the time of, here's what I hear, the biggest failure one that I hear all the time now is, I'm going to start online forums and I'm going to get everybody to, to hang out there and talk about video games. Well, the fact of the matter is that yes, there are other sites out there that are forums, but that's a dead market. It's a dying market. When Facebook came along, it obliterated that. And things have changed. The social aspect has really, really changed. I don't think you can, launch another successful forum like that again unless you have a big crowd. And so if you have something that's the bomb, maybe you can do it. But just on video games in general, not going to happen. So, yes, you do have to evaluate your competition, and you have to keep evaluating your competition. But at the same time, let me tell you this as well. At the same time, when I'm moving forward, when I'm doing business as usual, when I'm doing what I think I do best, I listen to the customers. Just like on these videos, I listen to you guys who are viewers and who are taking the time to write to us. I can't get every comment read, but we do get nearly all of the private messages read, and can't reply to everybody, but we try. And so basically, I don't care what my competition is doing in this realm and everything, because I'm responding to my viewers, and the viewers are my boss. And so I'm trying to provide what's needed and wanted by you, and competition doesn't matter. Also, if you worry too much about your competition, you can lose your individuality. And if you lose your individuality, you're actually giving something up there. Now, this thing of whether or not you like what you're doing, very, very important. I have tried a couple of businesses in the past that I didn't really care for. One of them was writing guides for games. And there are several successful sites out there that are writing guides for games. And, I have in the past gotten so into games that I know all this stuff about them and I know how to do all this play stuff and everything, especially the MMOs. The other games, that are twitchy, I don't do nearly as well. I just am not that fast on my reflexes. But the MMOs like Ultima Online, I knew it inside out, backwards, every way around. And there were several other MMOs that I did that with too. And so I thought I could write guides and stuff. But the fact was, I liked going out there and finding the information and writing just a little bit down. I didn't like all the editing and putting everything together and stuff. And in fact, speaking of things that I don't like, let me show you something here that's on my shelf. I have this book right here. This is Play Money. It's autographed on the front of it by Julian Dibble to me. And basically, this book was about time he spent in Ultima Online trying to do what us brokers did. He spent a year with us brokers, and he tried to make a living on it. But I could never write a book like this. Oh my God, I just couldn't do it. There'd just be no way that I could have enough patience to do it. In fact, I don't think I have the other book out here. I wrote a chapter for a book called Protecting. It was a book called Protecting Games, and it's written by Stephen Davis. That one, gosh, he asked me to write a chapter about online sales and how to not take fraud. And we went through so many revisions of that. And oh my God, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Maybe it has something to do with my dyslexia and stuff like that. I'm not a good writer. But, thank God for video. Oh my God. So, basically, I was not good at it, and our guide sales tanked. Because really, we got one or two things written, and it was very, very hard for me to do. And so I couldn't produce a lot. And you have to constantly be doing new stuff, constantly have stuff in production. And, I couldn't imagine like I'm doing now with the videos of, I'm publishing 2 videos a day, almost every day. And, there'll be some points where I can't get 2 a day done. It'd be just 1. But, I couldn't imagine that if I hated doing this, pulling myself up to get it done. It just wouldn't happen. So obviously I like this. I like sharing with all of you guys, and I like answering your questions. So I hope that helps. You have to have passion for it. And if you don't have passion for what you're doing, then move on to something you do have passion for. And a lot of hobbies can turn into businesses, but you need to evaluate it well. And in fact, you could refer to the video that I'm doing with Matthew, who's Spellbinding Gamer, on YouTube, and we're actually using the No-Brainer on his idea of doing playthroughs and tips and stuff videos on YouTube for games and making a living doing that. We're using the No-Brainer to validate that idea and to tighten it in to make a nice niche. Something that, to listen to what the viewers want, what's needed out there, all of that. And that tool is $100. It's the best $100 I've ever spent. And so you can watch that. It's a playlist. There's 4 sections to it, and then we'll be doing some reporting on the future of it and everything. In fact, I'll link to the playlist here in an annotation. It's right below me right here now. And so you can check it out. It's long, though. It's not for everybody. But if you're really interested in doing business, then this is the way to vet ideas to make sure that there's something that can be done. And I really believe in the no-brainer. And so check that link right here, and check it out. And basically, go buy it if you like what you see, because it will definitely help you out. And in fact, it doesn't even have to be used just for business. You can use it for all kinds of other things, even problem solving. So, you could use it for something like, let's say my car is broke down. How do I fix it? I kid you not, you could use the no-brainer on that, and it will help you think outside of the box. It'll help you to find the information, to figure out how to find the information. It won't find the information for you, but it will lead you to coming to your own results on how to get it done. So, pretty amazing tool. Anyway, I'm Marky Dragon. I hope that answers your question. Take care.